Notice how we're 2 hours in? Okay, nope, the game was postponed until next week. Yeah. Alright, COVID cases. We aren't even a quarter through the game. Yeah. I guess that's the problem with the stream. Unfortunately, if I speed through this, then I don't know if everybody will get a chance to read this. Okay, watching TV with the family. Watching TV with the family is important. Yeah, so I guess unfortunately we'll probably be doing this game next week again, even though I streamed for 5 hours. Who should I show my poem to next? Okay, you guys got a preference for any particular ladies you want me to go with? So we're not a quarter through the game yet. Yeah, I can imagine this is probably the type of game you're meant to speed read on your own. It does take a little longer, especially since I'm asking you guys to vote along with me. Okay, so we got one for Yuri. We're going to do Yuri. I'm intrigued about what she might have to say. Oh boy. I see what you've written for today. Okay, this is different from last time. Yuri stares at the poem with a surprised expression on her face. Do you like it? Angela, how did you pick up on this so quickly? Just yesterday I was telling you that the kind of techniques worth practicing. Maybe that's why. You did a good job explaining. I really wanted to try giving it more imagery. Yuri visibly swallows. Even her hands appear sweaty. Oh, wow. I'm not used to this. Used to what? I don't know. It's fine, take your time. Yuri breathes and collects her thoughts. I know that Yuri likes to think before she speaks, so I offer that patience to her. Who's helping you, Angela? Who wrote this for you? Yeah, just being appreciated like this, I guess. Probably sounds really stupid, but seeing someone motivated by my writing, it just makes me really happy. Are you saying that you've never shared your writing before? Yuri nods. Really? I don't believe it. I only write for myself. And besides, people would just laugh at me. Do you really think that? Again, Yuri nods. Huh. Even your close friends? Yuri doesn't respond to that. I wonder why. Anyway, do you want to share the poem you wrote today? Yeah, I do. If it's with you. Oh god, the poem's just getting longer. The raccoon. It happened in the dead of night while I was slicing bread for a guilty snack. My attention was caught by the scuttering of a raccoon outside my window. That was, I believe, the first time I noticed my strange tendencies as an ordinary human. Or is that unordinary? I can't read. I gave the raccoon pieces of bread, my subconscious well aware of the consequences, well aware that a raccoon fed will always come back for more. The enticing beauty of my cutting knife was the symptom. The bread, my hungry curiosity. The raccoon, God damn it, I can't read that. Mage. The moon increments its phase and reflects that much more light off my cutting knife. The very same light that glistens in the eyes of my raccoon friend. I slice the bread, fresh and soft. The raccoon becomes excited. Or perhaps I'm merely projecting my emotions onto the newly satisfied animal. The raccoon has taken to following me. You could say that we've gotten quite used to each other. The raccoon becomes hungry and more frequently, so my bread is always handy. Every time I brandish my cutting knife, the raccoon shows its excitement. A rush of blood. Classic Pavlovian conditioning. I slice the bread and I feed myself again. Urge, I think it says raccoon and urge. Oh, thank you, Dio. An urge for what exactly? Bread? Desire? I don't know. Wanna know? No. Me, no. I'll let Dio vote. No, we gotta... It'll come to us. I was a little more daring with this one than yesterday's. I can see that. It's a lot more metaphorical. I don't know if it's my fault, but I can't begin to imagine what this poem was about. All these questions I know off the top of my head, so ask them and I'll answer. Don't worry, Muffinhead, we will definitely come to you when we have some questions. That's right. It's a bit closer to my preferred writing style, using the poem as a canvas to express vivid imagery and convey emotions through them. Yeah, and if I take it at face value, I can't figure out what it's supposed to mean. Well, I think it's something that different people can relate to in their own way. I wanted to express the way it feels for me to indulge in my more unusual hobbies. Okay. Says yes and didn't want the answer. That's sus. Cornered fades in. Maybe I'll say yes one time soon. I don't know why. I suddenly want to play a Phoenix Wright game now. Expressed wait and see. It's all sorts of things that I'm usually forced to keep to myself. So sometimes I enjoy writing about them. There's an anime about that game. Yeah, we are on Damage Control. We're all pretty big fans of Phoenix Wright. I didn't finish the anime because I did not like it that much. I kind of want to finish those last couple episodes, but I just couldn't bring myself to do it. I was so disappointed by the Phoenix Wright anime. So sometimes I enjoy writing about them. How do you keep them to yourself? Because they're embarrassing. And people will make fun of me. Don't you have anything like that, Angela? Well, yeah, I guess I do. I feel like everyone has a little something like that. The best we can do is respect each other and our individualities, even if it's difficult sometimes and some things makes us uncomfortable. After all, if I hadn't learned to embrace my own weirdness, I would probably hate myself. True. If I may recommend an anime, oh sure, feel free to recommend. We may or may not even be having watched it or not. Neon Genesis Evangelion. Well, Drew's a big fan. I'm pretty sure Dio's seen it. I've seen it, but I kind of checked out at the original anime because I really hated the ending. But yeah, you're talking to some old school anime fans here. Yeah, you should really check out our blog, dcgameblog.com. We write about anime, video games, and all that good stuff. Yeah, they made a better anime. Are you referencing the movies that the 1.0, 2.0 movies and all that? Oh, the original in the Evangelion. I haven't seen it, but people talk so much about it that I feel like I absorbed the movie through osmosis. I mean, if anything I remember, it'd be like the face floating there on the cover. Maybe I'll check out into Evangelion. And me personally, if I'm being 100% honest, I'm more of a Razefon fan. I guess I should check that movie out one day. The end of Evangelion. I might be ranting a little bit now, but I'm glad that you're a good listener. Fade to black. Okay, guys, it's on Netflix right now. Oh, yeah, I got Netflix. I guess I can check that out. You guys want Natsuki or Monica? Yeah, speaking of anime, I just finished watching the second season of Re:Zero, which was a trip. I haven't started a new anime yet, still a little behind. But I did definitely kind of want to check out Burn the Witch. That looks good because I was a big fan of Bleach. I saw the original Hellsing, but I don't remember much of it. I'm still getting through Hellsing Ultimate. Like, I don't know why we stopped and started. Like, I bought all the DVDs and stopped. I've seen all of Attack on Titan that's aired. I'm looking forward to it coming on in December. Yeah, Hellsing Ultimate definitely looked a lot better. Anyway, we're doing Monica. Yeah, I haven't seen the Hellsing Abridged, but I know of it. So, let's see what Monica thinks. Hi again, Angela. How's the writing going? Alright, I guess. I'll take that. As long as it's not going bad. I'm happy that you're applying yourself. Maybe soon you'll come up with a masterpiece. Haha, I wouldn't count on that. See, good. God is good. Don't show on stream, though. Yeah, that's a way to get to a band. You never know. Want to share what you wrote for me today? Sure, here you go. I give my poem to Monica. Alright. Great job, Angela. I was going, oh, my head while reading it. It's really metaphorical. You know what I just realized? When you're writing the poems, And you have the three girls there, Yuri, Sayori, and Natsuki. Monika's not there. I don't know why it just hit me until now. I just noticed that. I wonder why that is. I mean, I know Muffinhead knows why it is, and don't tell me why it is. Oh, she is there? I just didn't notice her? Huh, I thought I only saw three girls. Oh, maybe I'm just dumb. It's really metaphorical. I'm not sure why, but I didn't expect you to go for something so deep. She's, below the screen. Okay. She can very rarely jump into view. Oh, okay. I guess I underestimated you. It's easiest for me to keep everyone's expectations low. That way it always counts when I put in some effort. Aha, that's not very fair. Well, I guess it worked anyway. You know, that Yuri likes this kind of writing, right? Writing that stuff is full of imagery and symbolism. Unlike Sayori, who likes simple and direct words to describe happiness and sadness, Yuri likes it when readers are let to derive their own meaning out of it. I guess she's our cheat guide to how the other girls think. It's very challenging to write like that effectively, both allowing people to get something out of it or just feel by feel, or letting them deeply analyze all of the nuances. They take years of practice, which I'm assuming Yuri has at this point. I never really asked though. I'm sure I'm nowhere near her level yet. Don't worry so much about it. You do your own thing. Just keep exploring and learn by trying new things. But anyway, you want to read my poem now? I like the way this turned out, so I hope you do too. Alright, let's take a look. Alright, at least it's simple. Save me. Oh boy, I don't like where this is going. The colors, they won't stop. Bright, beautiful colors. Flashing, expanding, piercing. Red, blue, green. An endless cacophony of meaningless noise. The noise, it won't stop. Violent, grating waveforms. Squeaking, screeching, piercing. A sine, cosine, tangent. Like playing a chalkboard on a turntable. Like playing a vinyl on a pizza crust. An endless poem of meaningless. Load me. What? The hell does that mean? Well, yeah, let me save. It's been a little bit since I saved. It's even more abstracting than your last one. So the creepiness begins. Aha! Also, by the way, oh boy, there's a by the way. I guess it's just the way I write. Saving only matters if you close the game. Oh, okay. You see, Muffinhead, I play a lot of JRPGs, so if I see a save button, I'm going for the save button, because you never know when something's going to beat the crap out of you, and you just lose all of your progress. Okay. I'm sorry if you don't like it. No, I never said that. It's just the kind of thing I've never really seen before, I guess. I feel ya? Yeah. It reminds me of that time I was playing the original Final Fantasy XII, basically back on PS2. I hadn't found a save point in hours. I died before I got to it, so you know I was done with the game that night. I kind of like playing with my space on the paper, choosing where and how the space words can change the mood of the poem. It's almost like magic. The way I wrote the lines really sure makes it feel like they're trying to speak over the noise. I see. Saving will only make it so you don't lose in case the computer shutting down or closing it. At least for Act 1. Oh boy. It's hard for me to tell what it's about though. Sometimes asking what a poem's about isn't the right question. A poem can be as abstract as a physical expression of a feeling, or a conversation with the reader. So putting it that way, not every poem is about something. Anyway, here's Monika's writing tip of the day. Oh gosh, give me more advice. Sometimes you find yourself facing a difficult decision. When that happens, don't forget to save your... Stop it! Get out of my head! Don't forget to save your game. You never know what you might change. You never know when you might change your mind. Or when something unexpected may happen. Wait, is this team even about writing? What am I even talking about? Yeah, you're breaking the fourth wall, lady, and it's creeping me the fuck out. That's my advice for today. Thanks for listening. She's reading your mind. Yeah, get out of there. Alright, Natsuki. Huh. I liked your last one better. Really? Well, yeah, I can tell that you're a little more daring with this one. but you're not really good enough for that yet. It fell flat. Oh, my feelings. That may be true, but I just want to try something different. I'm still figuring this all out. I mean, I always like poems that aren't trying too hard. I hate when people try to sound fancy or add more meaning just by using annoying, complicated language. Just make it simple, cute, and to the point. Yuri's head over heels for this cryptic nonsense, but I see right through that BS. Ha! I'm making a reader look so hard for all this deep meaning. It's just an excuse to have no meaning at all. No. That text is just one of 3 that can appear. You just had that one when we were talking about saving. Huh, interesting. I guess that's one way to look at it. Well, everyone has their own opinion. But my opinion is the best opinion. I'm sure you figured that out already. Anyway, here's my poem. Maybe you'll learn something. Amy likes spiders. You know what I heard about Amy? Amy likes spiders. Icky, wriggly, hairy, ugly spiders. That's why I'm not friends with her. Amy has a cute singing voice. I heard her singing my favorite love song. Every time she sang the chorus, my heart would pound to the rhythm of the words. But she likes spiders. That's why I'm not friends with her. One time I hurt my leg really bad. Amy helped me up and took me to the nurse. I tried not to let her touch me. She likes spiders, so her hands are probably gross. That's why I'm not friends with her. Amy has a lot of friends. I always see her talking to people. She probably talks about spiders. What if her friends start to like spiders too? Oh, that's why I'm not friends with her. It doesn't matter if she has other hobbies. It doesn't matter if she keeps it private. It doesn't matter if she doesn't hurt anyone. It's gross. She's gross. The world's better off without spider lovers. And I'm going to tell everyone. At least the handwriting is easy to read this time, yeah? Oh, that sure was a poem. Someone's got a grudge. Oh yeah. Not bad, right? It's quite a bit longer than yesterday's. Yesterday's was way too short. Couch just warmed me up. Excuse me. I hope you didn't think that it was the best I could do. No, of course not. Anyway, the message is pretty straightforward in this poem. I doubt I'll have to explain it. Sometimes you can explain complicated issues with much simpler analogies. And if it helps people realize how stupid they're being, like anyone would agree the subject of this poem is an ignorant jerk. Do you know people like that? Of course, it's about how everyone thinks that doesn't matter. It can be about anything. I wrote it to be easy to relate to. Everyone has some kind of weird hobby or guilty pleasure. Something that you're afraid of if people find out they make fun of you or think less of you. But that just makes people stupid. Who cares what someone likes as long as they're not hurting anyone and it makes them happy? I think people really need to respect others for liking weird things. Huh, that's funny. Yuri wrote about something similar today. Huh? Did you say Yuri? Yeah. She said her poem was about an unusual hobby of hers. I didn't really get it, but she said something similar to you. That people shouldn't make each other feel insecure about these things. Really? Well, I mean, Yuri's pretty weird, so I wouldn't doubt that she has some weird hobbies. Not that there's anything wrong with that. It's not like I would just judge her or anything. Natsuki has trouble finding words. I guess I should try not to be so mean to her. If she feels insecure about her weird behaviors and stuff. I mean, I always hate people who make me feel insecure. And Yuri made me feel insecure yesterday. But the way you put it, it sounds like she's learned her lesson. Well, I would say so. Even her writing style is really different. I'm sure she'll appreciate the message in your poem. It's what I do best, after all. I don't like writing unless there's a good message to take away from it. Like conveying emotions is important, but I want to make people think, not just feel. Remember that. I'm going to write a good one for tomorrow too, so look forward to it. Okay, everyone. We're all done reading each other's poems, right? I have something extra planned for today, so if everyone could come to sit at the front of the room. Is this about the festivals? Well, sort of. Do we have to do something for the festival? It's not like we can put together anything good in just a few days. We'll just end up embarrassing ourselves instead of getting any new members. That's a concern of mine as well. I don't really do well with last-minute preparations. Don't worry so much. We're going to keep it simple, okay? See, oh, she did kind of just judge her, though. Yeah, she did. We won't need more than a few decorations. Sayori has been working on posters, and I've designed some pamphlets we can give out during the event. Okay, that's great and all. But does that tell us what we're actually going to be doing for the event? Ah, sorry, I thought you heard about it already. We're going to be performing. Performing? Monica? Yeah? We're going to be having a poetry performance. Each of us are going to choose a poem to recite during the event. But the cool part is, we're also going to let anyone else come up and recite poems too. Sayori's putting it on all the posters in case anyone wants to prepare ahead of time. Sayori, who's been coloring a poster, holds it up for us to see. Are you kidding me, Monica? You didn't already start putting those posters up, did you? Well, I did. Do you really think it's that bad of an idea? Well, no. It's not a bad idea, but I didn't sign up for this, you know? There is no way I'm going to be performing in front of a group of people like that. I agree with Natsuki. I could never, in my life, do something like that. Imagine it, Yuri shakes her head in fear. Guys! No, Sayori. I understand where they're coming from. Remember that Natsuki and Yuri have never shared their poems with anyone until just a couple days ago. It's a lot for them to ask and recite their poems out loud to a whole room full of people. I guess I kind of overlooked that, so I'm sorry. But I still think we should give it our best. We're the only ones responsible for the fate of this club. We start the evening. Jesus, I can't read. We start the event and put each one on a good performance, then it will inspire others to do the same. And the more people who perform, the better we'll be able to show everyone what literature is all about. Yeah, it's all about expressing your feelings, being intimate with yourself, finding new horizons, and having fun. That's right. And it's for those reasons that we're all in this club today. Don't you want to share that with others? To inspire them to find the same feelings that brought you here in the first place? I know you do. I know we all do. If all it takes is standing in front of the room for 2 minutes and reciting a poem, then I know you can do it. Is she manipulating them? Reading some of those poems in front of people is going to draw some serious looks. Oh yeah. Natsuki and Yuri remain silent. Sayori looks worried. I guess that leaves me no choice. I agree. I don't think it's too much to ask. I think that Sayori and Monica have been trying really hard to get new members, and the least we can do is help them out a little bit. Well, maybe, but... Looks like Natsuki doesn't have any arguments left. Ooh. Okay, fine. I guess I'll have to get it over with. Alright. Phew. Thanks, Natsuki. What about you, Yuri? Yuri dejectedly glances around at everyone else's expectant faces. Sigh. I guess I don't really have a choice. Aha, that's everyone. You're the best, Yuri. This club is seriously going to be the death of me. Yeah, that's foreshadowing. Oh gosh. You'll be fine, Yuri. But anyway, let's move on to the main event. I want each of you to choose a poem of yours. We're going to practice reciting them in front of each other. No way! Monica, this is too sudden. Well, if you can't recite your poem in front of the club, how do you expect to do it in front of strangers? Oh no. Don't worry. I started off to help everyone feel a little more comfortable. Can I go next? Aha, of course. Now let's see. Monica flips through her notebook to the specific poem she has in mind for herself. She then stands behind the podium. The title of this poem is The Way They Fly. Ahem. Monica begins reciting her poem. Her clear, confident voice fills the room. More than that, her inflection is pristine. She knows exactly how to apply emotion behind each line she recites, bringing the words to life. Is this something she's done before, or is she simply a natural? I glance around me. Everyone has their eyes on Monica. Sayori looks amazed. Yuri has an intense expression on her face that I don't understand. Finally, Monica finishes the recitation. The four of us applaud. Monica takes a breath and smiles. That was so good, Monica. Aha, thank you very much. I was just hoping to set a good example. Are you ready to go next, Sayori? I'll go next. Wow, Yuri's all fired up all of a sudden. Yuri clutches a sheet of paper between her hands and stands up. Keeping her head down, she walks quickly over to the podium. This poem is called... Yuri anxiously glances at each of us. You can do it, Yuri. It's called After Image of a Crimson Eye. Yuri's voice shakes as she starts reading the poem. Just a moment ago, she practically refused to do this. Why is she suddenly putting in so much effort? As Yuri gets past the first couple of lines, her voice changes. It's almost like what happened when Yuri gets absorbed into her books. Her quivering words transform into the sharp syllables of a fierce and confident woman. The poem is full of twists and turns in its structure that she enunciates with perfect timing. This must be a rare glimpse of the whirling fire that Yuri keeps concealed inside of her head. Suddenly, she's finished. Everyone is stunned. Yuri snaps back into reality and glances around as if she bewildered even herself. It's up to me to save the situation. I'm the first to start applauding. Everyone joins me afterward and we give Yuri the recognition she deserves. Take a quick break. It's not that we didn't want to applaud her, but we were caught so off guard that we must have forgotten. As we applaud, Yuri holds the poem to her chest and rushes back into her seat. Ooh woo. Yuri, that was really good. Thank you for sharing. Looks like Yuri is down for the count. Okay. I guess I'm next then. Sayori hops in front of her chair and cheerfully walks to the podium. This one's called My Meadow. Ah. Aha. Sorry, I giggled. Sayori, it's a lot harder than I thought. How'd you guys do it so easily? Try not to think like you're reciting to other people. Imagine you're reciting to yourself, like in front of a mirror or you're in your own head. It's your poem, so it'll come out the best way. I see. Okay then. Sayori begins her poem. Somehow it feels like her soft voice was made as a perfect match. The poem isn't as angry as cheerful like Sayori is. It's serene and bittersweet. If I were to read this on paper, I wouldn't think much of it. But hearing it come out from Sayori's voice almost gives it a whole new meaning. Maybe this is what Sayori meant when she says she likes my poems. It's like I get to reach more deeply into someone that I thought I knew through and through. Sudden giggling, eh? Yes. Sayori finishes and we applaud. I did it! Good job, Sayori. Even Angela liked it. I guess that's a good sign. What does that even mean? It came out nicely, Sayori. The atmosphere of the poem fits you really nicely. But it might be that other poems wouldn't work quite as well with that kind of delivery. I don't really understand. In other words, I've seen the poems of yours when that sort of gentle delivery wouldn't work as well. They might need a little more force behind them depending on what you're reading. Oh, I know what you mean. Well, I've been practicing that kind of thing. It's just embarrassing to do it in front of everyone. It's like she's saying that Angela has high expectations. The next time I'm going to make you pick a poem that challenges you a little more. I want to correct you. Okay, correct away. We don't have much time for the festival, you know? And not you, I mean Dio. Yeah, you're probably going to have to add us. Uh-oh, Dio. We don't have much time for the festival, you know? Okay. Now, who's next? Natsuki? Don't make me go before Angela. It's not like I can compare to you guys anyway. Might as well let Angela lower everyone's standards a little more before I have to do it. Hey Miku. You thought I meant you, but it was him, Dio. Did you set us up for that joke? Natsuki. It's fine. No. I guess I'm reading way too much into this. I might as well get it over with. But it's not like I have much selection of what to read. I just had to go with what I wrote for today. I stand up and step in front of the podium. Everyone has their eyes on me, making me feel terribly awkward. I recite my poem. Since I'm not exactly confident in my own writing, it's hard to put energy into it. Despite that, once I finish, I receive applause anyway. Sorry, I'm not really as good as everyone else. Don't worry about it so much. I think it's less about your abilities and more about your lack of confidence in your writing. That's something that'll improve over time, though. Yeah, maybe. Alright then. That just leaves you, Natsuki. I love that joke. Yeah, I'm going. Natsuki begrudgingly gets out of her seat and makes her way to the podium. The poem is called... Why Are You All Looking At Me? Because you're presenting. Anyway, the poem is called Jump. Natsuki takes a breath. Once she starts reciting the poem, her sour attitude disappears a little. While she's still a little unenthused, her poem has a rhythm and a rhyme to it. It's Natsuki's trademark style, and it works surprisingly well when spoken aloud. The words feel like they bounce up and down as if giving life to the poem. Natsuki finishes. and everyone applauds. So, as you know, you remind me of the voice of Sao Bridge, Kirito. Only your voice isn't so girly. I guess. SAO is not something I watched. I saw a couple episodes when they aired on Toonami, but I wasn't a big fan. She hops back to her seat. That wasn't so bad, was it? Easy for you to say. Oh, but speaking of anime, like trapped within a video game, I really liked Log Horizon. You should check that out if you haven't. You'd better not make me do that again. Well, do you at least feel prepared enough to recite a poem in front of other people? I mean, doing it in front of other people would be way easier. I can put on whatever face I want for other people. But when it's just my friends, it's just embarrassing. That's a surprise, Natsuki. I think it'd be the other way around for me. Well, that's just how it is, so... Well, I guess in that case, you won't have much to worry about for the festival. That said, I want to thank everyone for coming through. It might be hard, but I hope you all have an idea of what's it like now. Make sure you pick a poem and get enough practice in before the festival, okay? I'll be making pamphlets, so let me know ahead of time what you'll be reciting. Jeez. I should probably find some other poem to recite instead. That's fine too. It doesn't have to be your own. I'm already pleasantly surprised that you're putting in all this effort for the club. It makes me really happy. Yeah, no problem. Okay, everyone. I think that's about it for today. I know the festival is coming up, but let's try to write poems for tomorrow as well. It's been a while. It's been working out really nicely so far, so I'd like to continue that. As for the festival, we'll finish planning tomorrow, and then we'll have the weekend to prepare. So close. Monday's the big day. I can't wait. I can do this. I can do this. Alright. I stand up. There's no way I'll be able to find the same enthusiasm as Sayori or Monica, but I'll do my best to get through it. If it's for the sake of the club, and impressing Monica, and then I'll have to do my best. Ready to go, Sayori? Yep. Look at you two always going home together like that. It's kind of adorable, isn't it? Jeez, guys. Don't make such a big deal out of it. It must be a little nice, though. Well, how am I supposed to respond to that? It's okay, Angela, you don't have to say it. Whatever, let's go already. I walk home with Sayori once more. Even though it's only been a few days, a lot of things were already changed. But today Sayori is being a little quieter than usual on the way home. Hey, Sayori. Sorry, I was spacing out. No wonder. I was thinking about something from earlier. Excuse me. I like how we Sayori fumbles with her words. So let's say that one day Yuri asks to walk home with you. Huh? What would you do? What kind of question is that? You're kind of putting me on the spot here. Okay, guys, I'm going to turn off the fan while you vote. Would you walk home with Yuri or would you still walk home with Sayori? Be right back. Okay, I see a vote for Sayori and one for Yuri. Okay, so we've got a split. So, Ty is probably playing Monster Hunter again. I bet you he's getting his tail whipped by Fatalis. So I'm going to do the good old-fashioned tiebreaker. Want to know if it matters or not? We've already established that the answer is no. We want to be surprised, horrified, mystified, all of that kind of fied. So, okay, we're going to do tails for Sayori, heads for Yuri. Okay, flip the quarter. It's tails, so we are doing Sayori. It might affect your choice. Well, now we really don't want to know. So, tails, so we're going with Sayori. Sayori, you really think I would ditch you for Yuri? But, she's so beautiful and smart. Jeez. I already see her in the club every day. Besides, you always seem to really like going home together. I wouldn't just ruin that for you. Oh, you're so silly, Angela. You think about me too much sometimes. Yuri would deserve it. Yuri would deserve it if she wanted. So, sorry, I've already made up my mind. I really can't figure you out sometimes. Sorry. Besides, what's the point of speculating something that's never going to happen? Take another sip of Snapple Apple. That's really good. Huh. The conversation trails off. It's kind of weird. It's kind of a weird thing for Sayori to care so much. But I want to respect her and keep her happy too. And again, the festival's only a few days away. Who knows what will happen in that time? Okay, fade to black. All right, so we got some words to choose. Okay, I'm going to choose some random words unless you guys have any objections. So should we try to make Sayori, Yuri, or Natsuki happy? It is polling time again. Okay, random. Okay, so Yuri likes dark, complex stuff. She likes the sweet and simple, and this is Bittersweet Girl. No, not random. Well, I mean, you gotta choose something. That's not a good idea. Correct. Well, we're gonna pick something. Alright, I'm going to go for making Yuri happy. I'm gonna try and see if I can make Yuri happy then. How's that? If you do random in Act 2, you're fucked. Let's just say that. Okay, yeah, no pressure there, huh? Okay, I'm gonna try and make Yuri happy. So don't make it a habit. Alright, we're gonna go. Alright, then we'll make Yuri happy, because why not? Okay, so we're gonna say despise. Unrequited. Ah, crap. Death. Ah, crap. Ambient. Secretive. Disaster. Graveyard. Melody. Okay, that wasn't it. Massacre. Unrestrained. Agonizing. Contamination. Depression. Disoriented. Uncanny. Frightening. Parfait sounds pretty good. Desire. Entropy. Analysis. Vivacious. Okay, so I'm going with bigger, darker words. Okay, so you like where this is going. I'm glad. Oh man, I'm the last one here again. Don't worry, I just walked in too. Are you practicing piano again? Excuse me. Yeah, voice is a little bit scratchy. Not as bad as last week though. Ooh woo. Yeah. Aha. You must have a lot of determination. Starting this club and now picking up piano. Well, maybe not determination, but I guess passion. Remember that the club wouldn't be here if it wasn't for all of you. And I'm super happy that you're all willing to help out for the festival too. Aha, I can't wait for the festival. It's going to be great. Weren't you complaining about it just yesterday, Natsuki? Well, yeah. I'm not talking about our part of the festival, but it's a whole day of school where we get to play and eat all kinds of delicious food. You sound a bit like Sayori all of a sudden. Monica, do they usually have fried squid? Squid? That's a pretty specific thing to look forward to. Oh, come on. Are you saying you don't like squid? You of all people? I didn't say I don't like it. Besides, what do you mean by you of all people? Because it's right in your name. Monica. That's not how you say my name at all. Also, that joke makes no sense in translation. Never mind. Let's just focus on our own event for now, okay? Fine. Your reactions aren't as fun as Yuri's or Sayori's anyway. Excuse me? Where's Sayori anyway? Oh, there you are. Sayori is sitting at a desk in a corner of the room looking down at nothing. I walk over to her. Hey, Sayori. I wave my hand in front of her face. You're spacing out again. Sorry. Don't mind me. You can go talk to everyone else. Huh? Is everything alright? Oh, of course. Why wouldn't it be? It just feels like you're a little off. Sorry for assuming things. Geez, you worry too much about me. Poem turned out that bad, huh? She didn't even read it yet. Or maybe her poem? Sayori shows me a big smile. Don't let me distract you from having fun with everyone. Well, alright. If you say so. I worriedly glanced at Sayori before turning back towards everyone else. But the conversation has already dispersed, with everyone back at their usual activities. Maybe I should ask Monica if she's noticed anything about Sayori recently. Since they've been prepping for the festival, they must be spending a lot of time together. Yeah, her poem, okay. I timidly approached Monica, who's shuffling through some papers at her desk. Angela, what's up? Hey, this might sound a little strange, but... Have you noticed anything up with Sayori recently? Anything up with her? In what way do you mean? Maybe I'm reading a little into it too much, but she seems a bit downcast today. Oh, you think so? I can't say I've noticed anything about her. Monica peers across the room at Sayori, who is idly dragging a rubber eraser up and down her desk. Maybe there is something on her mind. But I'm surprised I'm not the one asking you, Angela. You see, you certainly know her a lot better than I do. Yeah, but she's never really like this. She always talks to me about things that bothered her. But this time when I asked her, she was really dismissive. Sorry, I know it's not your problem. I just wanted to ask if you knew anything, so I'll drop it now. Don't know. It's important to me, too. I mean, I'm also friends with her. And I also care about the well-being of my club members, you know? And maybe I'll try talking to her myself. Are you sure about that? She seemed like she wanted to be left alone. Are you sure? Maybe she just had a hard time bringing it up with the person of interest. Bringing it up with the person of interest. Person of interest? What do you mean by that? I'm saying that maybe the thing on her mind is you, Angela. Me? How on earth would you come to that conclusion? My god, my character is dense as hell. Well, I probably shouldn't say too much, but Sayori talks about you more than anything else, you know? She's been so much happier ever since you joined the club. It's like an extra light was turned on inside of her. What? No way. Sayori is always like that. She's always been full of sunshine. It's not any different now. It's not any different now than it has always been. You're so funny, Angela. Have you thought that maybe you're always seeing her as so cheerful because it's just how she is when she's around you? I said too much. I'm sorry. What do I know anyway? I didn't mean to jump to conclusions, so you should just forget about what I said. I try to talk to her, so try not to think about it for now. Alright. Monica smiles meaningfully. I know she said to forget about it, but I already know that I won't be able to get her words out of my head. Monica stands up from her desk and walks across the room to where Sayori is sitting. I watch her kneel down next to Sayori and gently talk to her. But she's keeping her voice quiet so I can't hear her from here. I sigh and sit myself down. I know Sayori told me not to worry about her and to have fun with everyone else, but that's impossible when she's behaving like this. This is getting very intriguing. It is. Exactly how much do I care about her that I'm letting this weigh me down so much? And another ooh-woo from Muffinhead. Now it feels like I'm the one behaving out of the ordinary. But there's nothing I can do besides wait for Monica. Why does it feel like I'm being watched? I glance around the room. Suddenly I notice Yuri peering at me from over her book, but she looks away just as quickly with a flustered look on her face. I realize that she won't get anywhere like this. I've never really seen Yuri approach anyone or start a conversation on her own accord, so I have no choice but to approach her myself. By now it's a little easier for me to do that. I stand up from my desk and sit in one next to her own. I didn't mean to bother you or anything. Relax, you didn't even do anything. But I could tell that you wanted to be alone with your thoughts. Alone with my thoughts? How were you even able to tell what I was thinking like that? Well, it's something that I do a lot, so it wasn't hard for me to spot based on your posture and expression. Not that I was staring or anything. I didn't do anything creepy like that. In any case, I guess you were right. I'm sorry if I caused you any concern. Don't apologize. Your troubles are only the concern of those who willingly share in that concern. Of course, there are certainly those who find the most comfort in keeping it to themselves, but if you prefer to share what's on your mind, then I would be glad to listen. It's really not that big of a deal. I was just feeling a bit uneasy about Sayori. Sayori? Yeah, she seems a little off today, but when I asked her about it, she didn't want to admit it to me. So I can't help but wonder if something happened to her. Oh, that's quite romantic. Sorry! I didn't mean to say something so stupid. It's not that, I just didn't want you to misunderstand. Sayori and I have just been friends for a long time, that's all. I see. Then perhaps it's unusual for her to be dismissive to you about her feelings. Or maybe I'm just reading into it a little too much. Angela. The world is full of meaning, often hidden deep beneath plain sight. And there are many untold mysteries behind every person, no matter how well you may know them. So you think there might be something behind it after all? I think that Sayori is a very complex person. Her mannerisms on the outside don't always match what may be going inside her head. And she may not always know what she wants. I noticed her strange behavior today, too. And I also feel some concern for her. But in your case, it looked like she was fully occupying your thoughts, wasn't she? The love interest. Yes, everyone can see it but our character here. Well, I guess that was the case. Sayori, she really means a lot to you, doesn't she? I guess. But you don't need to put it that way. We're just good friends, that's all. Yuri suddenly looks deeply into my eyes. Her expression is gentle and curious, as if she was searching for something. Embarrassed, I invert my gaze. Sometimes, a person's mysteries are untold even to themselves.
Friendship?
Oh, thank you, Dio. That was amazing. And you, as someone honest and caring, may uncover the feelings you weren't aware of. You may uncover feelings you weren't aware of were in you. I had to use it one time. That is, I think that she would be a very fortunate person to have you feel that way about her. Yuri, you really give me too much credit. I'm a pretty simple guy. I think that I'm pretty good at understanding my own feelings. Not nearly as sophisticated as you. Aha! That's not a compliment, is it? That's what it is. It is what it is. Anyway, as long as we're here, why don't we do some reading? Well... that may qualify for friend-zoned? Maybe. Well, I mean, it's pretty clear that our character here has no idea that his best friend from childhood has a crush on him, nor is he fully aware of Yuri's growing interest in him, so he's pretty dense. So poor Sayori, she may be friend-zoned, and she's going to be heartbroken over that, maybe, perhaps. Well, as long as you're okay with it. Yeah. I should be taking my mind off this whole thing anyway. Why don't we go ahead and get started? Yeah, some time for some intimate reading. Yes, let's. Actually, I have a request. Do you mind if I make some tea first? Not at all. Thanks very much. If there's one thing that can make my reading time here any better, it's a nice cup of tea. Not to mention for yourself as well. Yuri stands up and makes her way to the closet. Follow and watch as she retrieves a small water pitcher from the shelf, the kind with a filter inside. Can you hold this for a second? Sure. Yuri hands me the water pitcher and she also fetches an electric kettle. I'm going to plug this in at the teacher's desk and then we'll go get some water. She walks past me and sets the kettle down on the teacher's desk. I simply watch her movements. To my surprise, the way she moves really contrasts her speaking mannerisms. Especially because of her long legs, Yuri appears elegant and methodical. Okay, may I have the water pitcher? Thanks, I'll be right back. I might as well walk with you. Yeah, why not? Shall we go then? Yeah. Huh? Where are you two off to? Yuri was going to make some tea, so... I suddenly realized how weird it sounds to explain this to Monica. We're just filling the water pitcher. Okay. Why she suddenly get slightly bigger? Sorry, I was just a bit curious. That's kind of a one-person job, isn't it? Yo, mind your own business. That's... Monica, please mind your own business for once. Oh my god, why is she getting suddenly closer too? I'm getting uncomfortable. Or do you want to tell me that there's something wrong with helping involve Angela in club activities? My mouth gapes. I suppose there's nothing wrong with that. Let's go, Angela. Yuri quickly exits the room and I follow. Someone's just extremely curious. Once in the hallway, she suddenly puts her forehead against the wall. I spoke without thinking. How could I say something like that? Yuri. I'm telling you, it's the testosterone that our character is giving off. His musk is so strong that these girls have lost sight of themselves. That his musk just drives them crazy. That's my theory and I'm going with it. Something about the way she said that made me feel so irritated. What's wrong with me? No, Yuri. I think you did the right thing. I wasn't expecting it, but it's also not right for Monica to judge people like that. Angela, how come every time I do something bad, you're being nice to me? Because nothing that you do is as bad as you make it seem in your head. Nobody's perfect. We all have emotions and we can't always hide them anyway. But you always amplify things in your head. Your mind turns to a light rain shower into a hurricane. Your smell is like a warm summer's breeze over the meadow Bambi's mom was shot in. Oh yeah, you just waited to ruin the mood, huh? The warm meadow. Two deer frolicking. Suddenly a gunshot ricochets out of nowhere. It strikes Bambi's mother's head and mother in the head. She falls over dead. Bambi's horrified. His peaceful life forever shattered. Something like that, huh? The poor calf, he'll never be the same. No. Wouldn't you hate me for something as terrible as that? Why would I hate you? I can't hate someone for having emotions. What kind of friend would do that? Friend, you say? Oh boy. Yuri lifts her head. Angela, I really like being friends with you. Aha! Thanks, Yuri. I like being friends with you too. I feel kind of awkward saying something like that, but I'm doing my best to help Yuri feel better. Anyway, yeah, shall we go? Yeah. Yuri and I walk to the nearest water fountain. Once we fill out the water pitcher, we return to the classroom. Angela, do you like oolong tea? Yeah. Anything is fine. Very well. Yuri sets the temperature on the kettle to 200 degrees. Now it's time to get the teapot. You really do this properly, don't you? Of course. I shouldn't do any less when I'm making tea for others. Even though I'm not an expert on tea or anything. Hoo-hoo. In that case, you'll only be more impressed. Perhaps I will. Yuri fetches the teapot and begins measuring the tea leaves. To my surprise, she even starts humming a little to herself. You must be in a good mood now. Is that so? I was letting it show, and you noticed. I was doing a bit of thinking, and decided that I would try expressing myself a little more. Turns out it's not very hard for me to do. When it's you who's around anyway. That's great, Yuri. Just don't push yourself too much. You're always worrying about me, Angela. It's very endearing. Yuri wasn't kidding. I don't even know if I keep up with this. I watch Yuri pour a cup of tea for each of us. It's getting hot and steamy in here. Angela, I have another request. Do you mind if we just sit on the floor today? Why's that? It's a little bit easier on my back. Thank you, Galactic, for the follow. I can read with my back against the wall rather than bending over at my desk. Sal familia. Sorry, I didn't realize. No worries. I just have a back pain fairly regularly, so I do my best to manage it. I wonder if these have anything to do with that back pain. Just a thought. Is that so? I wonder why that is. It's most likely because my posture, right? I always hunched over like that while I'm reading. Yes, I have terrible reading posture. That's it, nothing else. So that's why we should sit on the floor. Fair enough. I'll go ahead and get the book. I retrieve the book from my bag. I have some chocolate as well. It's a bag of small chocolate candies that I keep hidden from Sayori's candy radar. Oh man, Sayori's not going to like that. I mean, he's talking to somebody else. He has a secret stash of chocolate that he's giving to another girl. This can't end well. Let's see. Take it since it'll go well with the tea. Yuri and I then sit against the wall, our teacups at our sides. As if in sync, we assumed reading same position as last time, each holding one half of the book. Is this the same book as before? Also, oh no, Sayori. Except this time, our bodies are even closer to each other. I can't see too well. Yuri slides closer until our shoulders are touching. How am I supposed to focus on reading like this? Yuri's always kind of cute, but when she's being less apprehensive, it's almost more than I can handle. Your teacup. Yuri hands me my teacup. Holding it with my hand that's not holding the book, I end up in a position that makes it even harder to focus. Because now I need to worry about making sure I don't accidentally touch her chest. Meanwhile, Yuri hasn't noticed a single thing. She wears her intense reading expression. I can only presume the world around her has faded away. It's all my willpower to focus on reading. After a few minutes, I finally managed to relax a little. I put the teacup between my legs and fumble with the chocolate wrapper. Sorry. Oh, galactic worm. Okay. I briefly let go of the book to finish opening the wrapper. You can have as much as you want. Oh yeah, you can. And that's okay, I won't take any. Are you sure? Well, if I touch it, then I might get smudges on the pages. Sorry, excuse me. You're right. I didn't even think about that. My bad. No need to apologize. I'll hold the book, okay? Are you sure? Of course. Yuri opens the book with both hands. She holds it so I don't have any harder of a time reading from it. But as a result, her left arm is practically resting on top of my leg. Well, in that case, Yuri is already totally focused on reading again. I take a chocolate candy and pop it in my mouth. Then I take another chocolate, and I hold it up to Yuri. Oh my god, Sayori is going to murder everybody. She doesn't even look away from the book. She simply parts her lips as if the situation was completely natural. But that means I can't stop here. I apprehensively place the chocolate in her mouth. Just like that, Yuri closes her lips over it. Sorry. I promise I'm taking this seriously. Okay, just give me a sec. Yuri's expression suddenly breaks. Did I just... Yuri looks at me like she needs to confirm what just happened. Angela. Sorry. I guess I shouldn't have done that. Well, you were just helping. Yes, sir. Oh my. It's something that friends do. Right? I mean, not really in this context, but yeah. That's all it was. Yeah, just chocolate. Then, you don't need to stop or anything. I see. The situation has gotten really tense. Yuri tries to return to the book, but I can tell just by her expression that even she can't focus now. My heart is pounding. I nervously take another chocolate between my fingers. But this time Yuri's eyes meet mine. How did it even come to this? Yuri doesn't avert her gaze. Sadly, I can't go get water right now. Okay. My foot is asleep and behind my ear. The power of anime stretch yet again. What kind of position are you in? When does the nervous gas happen? Don't know. I notice her chest rising and falling to the rhythm of her breaths. I raise my arm. Like before, Yuri parts her lips. But it's different this time. I take the chocolate and place it in her mouth. I feel her hot breath on my fingers.